So
I'm live?
you're live, but you can't see the video for some reason, right?
Check to see. There we are.
Here we go.
Okay.
All right, good morning, everyone. We'd like to call the 286th meeting of the Equal Employment Practices Commission to order. Executive Director Jimmy Pan, can you please read the roll call of commissioners?
Chair Aldrin Bonilla,
Present.
Vice Chair Elaine Reese,
Here.
Commissioner Nicole Yearwood,
Here.
Commissioner Ngozi Okaro,
Here.
Commissioner Miniscal Tatara.
Okay, we have quorum. First order of business is the approval of the minutes of January 20th, 2026. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
A motion by Commissioner Reese, seconded by Commissioner Yearwood. Any discussion? All in favor of approval of the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Hearing none, the motion passes for the approval of the minute. Next, we have subsection 3, approval of audit resolutions, 2026 final determination resolutions, of which we have none. Next, we go to subsection B, 2026 compliance resolutions, of which we have one. Menelik Osop, would you like to read it into the record?
Yes, so we have resolution number 2025 AP/286-346-2026 C3 for Manhattan Community Board number 6.
Thank you. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
So moved by Commissioner Reese. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Yearwood. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Abstentions? Hearing none, the motion passes. Subsection C, 2026 final determinations and compliance resolutions. We have none. Next, we have section 4, old business, 2026 meeting calendar, which everyone's had a chance to review, and I believe they've already been sent to people's calendars for to save it or confirm.
I don't think so.
What's the schedule now?
The current one is.
Since you're on today's,
Adriana. Oh,
do folks have a copy of the calendar? If not,
Well, folks want a copy?
I'm trying to pull my.
I just want the calendar invitation sent.
Yeah, can we send the calendar invitations?
The dates on the ones sent out work for everyone. There was no need to change any of them.
I didn't see it. I haven't seen it.
well, we have the proposed dates on our website if folks want to pull that out.
It's 12:50.
Chair, did they work for you? Ones you've seen so far?
Yes, the ones I saw, yes. I think we discussed it briefly last time.
All right.
The dates are March 5th, April 16th, May 28th, July 9th, August 20th, October 1st, November 12th, and December 17th.
April 16th does not work. August 20th doesn't work for me.
Commissioner Reese, would you like to see a list?
I'm looking here. March 5th
Just today.
today, April 15th. It's fine. May 20th is not fully.
May 28th?
Yeah.
Is that, when is Memorial Day?
It's the
The-
Monday before, the 20th.
Okay, the
Third or
25th.
fourth, yeah.
Yeah. July 9 is fine. August 20 is fine. October 1 is fine. November 12 is fine. December 17th is fine.
Yeah, I have these dates on my calendar. Did I
You do?
add them on? Yeah, maybe I added them on at our last meeting or something. Because the invitation is from myself.
Can we do a June date instead of May 28th?
What's August 20? Yeah, I thought these
Go up the next year.
Yeah, I thought these were correct.
April 16th, I guess doesn't work for me either. But if April 16th works for the other 3 commissioners or 4, but doesn't work for Commissioner Yearwood.
Yeah, it doesn't work for me.
So
The
move
20
April 16th down a week.
Does
The
April
next day.
23rd work?
Yeah, do April 23 and then we May
Yeah.
28 to June, the first week in June.
April 23, okay for everyone?
If it's okay with you,
I can't do April 23.
I can't either.
Do
30th?
we have 8 weeks, right?
8 weeks.
So was,
So today is March
The
5th. So
so-
April 30th would be 8 weeks.
is 8 weeks? Yeah, no,
April 30th works for me.
yeah,
Great.
Okay, April 30,
Okay.
and then move May 28 to June 3,
Hold on.
Third or eighth?
June 8.
Okay.
Okay,
on a Monday?
I don't mind that. Anybody else okay with June 8th?
Hold on a second. I'm still trying to record the other one.
So,
You said June 8th?
Actually, June 8th is not good for me.
Okay.
Does June 10th work for people?
Yes, if we did,
that's a Wednesday.
Mhm.
so Wednesday.
That
If we-
doesn't work for me.
So does June 11th
11th.
not work for people or is it too
11th
far
would be
away?
11th, 11th,
Okay.
June
June
11th does not work for me.
11th.
June 11th works. for me.
June 11th works.
Okay.
June 11th,
All right, June 11th. So April 30th, June 11th.
okay, and then everything else is fine for me.
So we have April 30th, June 11th.
July 9, okay?
That's in the 28th.
Yeah.
August 20th?
Yeah.
October 1st?
August 20th didn't work for Commissioner Yearwood.
Right, August 20th doesn't work for me. I mean, but y'all have a meeting without me.
If it works for the other commissioners, I'm away the whole month of August.
Right, I was gonna say, you know, that's,
So if you two are gonna be away,
it's
can't
not
have a
working for
meeting
you
in August.
either.
So then go to September.
We'll have to do it early on.
Well, June, yeah, because we got June 11th and then to,
I gotta go back.
Can we do July 30th? June.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
July
30
30th?
work for folks.
July is good for me.
July 30.
July 30th doesn't work for me. We could do August. Oh, you said you're out all
Mhm.
August.
What
I
about
can't do July.
Can you phone in
29th
on
or
July
the
30th?
I
28th?
could phone in on July
I
30th.
even though I'm out, I can call in.
But if
Well, I
if we
could
do
call
July
out July
30th,
30th.
then we would have 4 people in
And I
person
could
and
call
Nicole
in.
could call in.
Yeah. Because I have a meeting every other week, the same time as this meeting. It's full.
So July 30. Good.
April 30, June 11th, July 30th.
And October 1st.
Two, three, four.
I think, Jimmy, it would have to be the week
September
before.
24th, September 24th.
The August replacement one?
It would have to be September 24th, because then we're past 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So we can, then can send calendar invites
Yes.
to.
So I believe we have April 30, June 11, July 30, September 17, November 12, and December 17. Did I miss one?
And that abides by
What was that,
the
the
charter
September
mandate.
12th?
Mhm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would put us at 8 for the year.
But it's after September 17th.
November 12,
I don't think.
All right,
December 17 is the last.
all right. So we don't need a motion to approve this, I don't think, right? We just do it.
After the motion.
Do we need a motion? No, right?
No,
I don't think so.
Yeah, okay.
is December 17th a holiday party?
Yeah,
December
yes, it
17th.
is.
December 17th is the holiday party.
Next, we have section 5, new business, subsection A, agency updates. I turn to Executive Director Jimmy
Yeah.
Pan.
All right, good to be here with you all.
We welcome you to your first meeting.
Yeah.
First meeting,
It's the first agency update.
glad to be here. Today is technically my 16th business day on the job where there's no sickness or holidays or
snowstorm.
closures or snowstorms. So it's been a lot of catch up. It's been an exciting time. I've really appreciated getting to know you all and especially getting to know the staff one-on-one. I will say that the staff have been extremely welcoming, and it's just clear how much enthusiasm they have to take EPCs to the next level. That includes not just everyone in this room, but also all the staff who are out there working hard. So I'm grateful to them, and I'm grateful that we can all be here as EPC, providing public service in a time where public service is quite under attack. So grateful for that. I will say that in the first few weeks coming in as an ED, I've tried to emphasize rebuilding community in this agency, as well as community with our city partners, and rebuilding communication within this agency and communication with, again, city partners and other stakeholders. So just at a high level, those are the cultural and domain-based things I've been trying to emphasize with staff in the first few weeks here. So that's agency updates. I'm happy to move into the next item of new business, upcoming audit cycle updates and approaches.
Yes.
We are moving quickly as we can into the next quadrennial cycle. Menelik and his team, Director Alsop and his team have been developing new questions for reasonable accommodations especially, but also tailoring past questions. I will say from my vantage point as an executive director, I've been reviewing proposed questions with an eye towards streamlining. So I mentioned at the top, I want to build community with the city agencies, but if we're asking audit questions in a way that feels onerous unnecessarily, or feels administratively like a burden unnecessarily, when we can collect information in other ways, then we should do that so that they have a better sense that we are keeping in mind their own burdens and capabilities as an agency, trying to set us up not just as an oversight entity, but as a good partner to all of them. So as we revisit these questions that we've used in the past, again, trying to think of where we could collect data from centrally to make it easier for agencies that are already quite overburdened, especially areas where the EPC already has some of that information.
Commissioner Reed.
I wonder if before you actually finalize it, whether you could circulate the current questions to all of us. One, we may have additional edits or have additional questions we might have or want to understand why they're not being included. So what your judgment was on it.
Absolutely.
I don't know, to my knowledge, we've never done that before. It may be a burden on us and a burden on you. But I certainly would be interested in seeing them on a reasonable accommodation.
So we will circulate the questions and we'll circulate the proposed criteria. It'll take us some time to develop them and get to a point where we feel comfortable with them, that they meet some of these criteria that I'm talking about now. And we'll certainly appreciate your input, especially if there are, we will try and aim to and intend to ask questions about every single standard, of course. It does end up being quite a long audit for the agencies. And so if there are areas that we identify as potentially overlapping or ask a lot of information from the agency without necessarily getting at what we might want to know, then we would want the commissioner's permission to drop some of the standards, perhaps put it into a spot check at a later year, something like that.
No, it's more than curiosity. I truly think it's part of our roles, and audits themselves are core to our mission.
Absolutely. We will be on a tight timeline because we're already behind starting the cycle. So we will ask everyone's expediency and review for sure.
Give us a week and then we have to get back to you. And if we haven't, we are forever silent.
That's on record.
Have
You know, that's right.
have we drafted?
I'm too busy.
Have we drafted letters to the agencies that we're going to audit?
Not yet.
We can see a copy of that as well. I mean, usually you send the commissioners a letter, and I think we meet with them beforehand, right?
We do. So we are trying to figure out given our late start, whether we want to combine introducing ourselves as an agency with initiating the audits. Right? It may be better to send one go around, but again, let's make the strategic decision what plays best with agencies. And it might be different for different agencies. We can figure that out.
It could be remote too, discussing the audit stuff. Maybe like a remote maybe.
Do we know how many new commissioners we're dealing with?
So in this first year, I can already think of about 6 or 7 new commissioners. They're not all new to city service, and some of them have been commissioners previously, like Commissioner Tajani at Buildings. But most of them are, in fact, new to city service. So
Some of them are even new to the city.
Exactly. Yes, city service. Yes, the city's physical limits. Yes, absolutely. So we can think about the best way to introduce ourselves as both a partner and oversight.
Next, we have section C, research framework to develop.
Well, actually, so before I
I'm gonna
click
go
on
back.
that,
Once upon a time, and it's not incredibly good use of time, so once upon a time, the executive director and a commissioner went to anybody we were auditing. I might want to think about whether with some of the new commissioners who have been appointed, whether it makes some sense to try to meet with the commissioner, with a member of the commission as well. I'm not to physically do it, and I'm not suggesting doing it with all of them, and I'm not even recommending that you do it at all. I'm just saying, once upon a time, it was done with everybody, and it takes a lot of time.
right?
And I'm not sure but it may well be useful with some of the new commissioners.
And if you recall, would that have also taken place at the start of a term, or would it be mostly midterm? So that
It was
there-
whenever we were beginning an audit, so it went for all the 4 years. It stopped happening a long time ago. I'm repeating myself. I'm not suggesting necessarily it is a good idea, but it might well make some sense with the commissioners who are new to the city to explain the creation of why we were created, the history and what we do. Anyway,
And maybe it should be the commissioner and whoever their, their EEO officer is, who is
Absolutely.
probably familiar with the work that we do and the audit.
yes, but to have that person in the same room at the same time. So you just might want to look at.
I mean,
So
we're
I
not
don't think you
saying-
need to do it with Commissioner Tisch, but, I'm just throwing her name out, but there are other newly appointed commissioners that it might make some sense.
But she's not new.
No, I said you don't
Yeah.
have to do it with Commissioner Tisch.
So it would be anybody who we're auditing this cycle
This
who's
cycle.
new.
Mhm.
And talk to them and then, go in that order.
We
like
can,
once finish
we'll look into it, again, timelines are a little bit tight.
Yeah.
But I think to the extent that we can, and we have capacity to, certainly, we'll try to figure out a strategy for that.
Yeah.
So before we move on from audits, 2 things. One, I've asked Director Alsop and his team to think about ways we can do more with our audits, especially after the cycle closes. Partly, we have an unprecedented view into an agency's operations in a way that we wouldn't necessarily get through data alone. And when we close out a 4-year cycle, we are asking them about often new practices, new ways of thinking about their work. And then when we move into the next cycle, that falls off a little bit. So I want to ensure we have a little bit of continuity. We can do, what did we learn? How can we build that into a policy agenda? How can we build that into our technical assistance for agencies so that there's a little more continuity between cycles and continuity between us and the agencies we work with?
I thought, have you seen what Russell did with this deep dive
Yes.
into an agency?
Yes.
Is that a piece of what you're thinking about?
It could be, but we already have contacts with all the entities that we audit. So that's already a natural way to start. And so if we aren't getting information from that and converting it into lessons for the city, then I feel like it's potentially a loss of a great connection, relationship. The other piece, we're adding 3 agencies to the second year of our audit cycle. The Mayor's Office of Equity and Racial Justice, in year 2, Commission on Racial Equity in year 2, Mayor's Office of Criminal Justice in year 2. That's partly because the formation of the agencies is so new that if we did a look back in year 1, it would cover time where they didn't even exist or have an EO officer.
Okay.
And then some of the other offices like Mayor's Office of Criminal Justice, you know, some of these mayoral offices may change as new departments come up. For example, Department of Community Safety, or I'm just speculating.
Right.
It gives us a little time to see what actually happened before we audit an agency. Okay, new business C, research framework to develop. I would love to start to put together a set of principles, beliefs, theories about structural economic injustice, structural racism, structural sexism, and connect them to our municipal workforce policies, connect them to our local employment practices, and have a framework for how we understand the EEPC's ability to impact those dynamics. The reason is, as we go into a research project, I want to be able to have us clearly lay out what we might learn about the workforce, how it might inform policy, and how that connects to some of the larger systemic factors that we experience as a city and as a nation. So that in every research project, at the start and at the end, there's a clear narrative about what the EEPC aims to do, why we've invested resources into it, and what we hope the impact will be. To me, if we have a clear framework that we can more or less agree on as an agency and understand and agree upon EEPC's place within that framework, then it'll be easier for us to ensure that the reports we put out, we all as a team have a sense of where it's going. Partly I'm prompted by some of the discussion around underutilization and making sure that as we talk about underutilization, we are not confusing narratives, and we're also recognizing bigger narratives and bigger dynamics that exist on top of underutilization. So as the team has a little bit more time, we would love to present something like that to you all in future meetings.
Look forward to it.
Does that make sense? Yeah, at least as a concept.
Makes sense.
No, otherwise, we will continue to be reporting annually the same thing that we know exists, which is there is underutilization of certain ethnic groups.
Mhm.
And we know that they are locked in titles and don't have, and we also know, and maybe we can begin to understand why some of those groups are exiting
Mhm.
in greater numbers than others.
Right. Yeah, and there's many dynamics that all feed into underutilization, occupational segregation. And as long as we have clarity about why we think something is happening, that gives, you know, Director Ferry and his team a little more direction in what projects we initiate and why we might initiate them and how the commissioners might feel about them as we invest our resources into them.
Now, this is clearly research other than the research that is mandated. These are additional research
Exactly.
projects and so we have coming at my shooting from the hip, you have the manpower issues as to whether or not you have sufficient ability to divert some of the Russell's unit to undertake different research projects since they're mandated to form X and Y. And so can you do more than you're doing?
And I would also ask the commissioners generally for your insight. Do you all think a research framework would help us in getting more resources for a research team?
I would agree, except I'm not sure this year it works. We can always ask. That's not my point. My point is, as you go forward, and I think we all think your idea is a good one, can we actually do it, is my question to Russell. Do you have the capacity to undertake more research projects?
As things stand right now, that's low on the list of our hurdles. We have capacity. There's other structural issues that can get complicated, but we have the resources, the skills, and the people power.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that was my question. It's a good idea.
Good.
Particularly as we want to go more public.
Absolutely. Connected to this idea of our research projects linking up, we have for you all a copy of the beginning of the annual report. We have an excellent letter from the chair that goes into all the great work that the EEPC has done this year. Highlights
The other one,
No,
many of
no,
our accomplishments.
I just needed that when I was finished.
It's
Yeah,
very well written.
It's a wonderful
It's
letter.
a
I
wonderful
hope.
letter.
I read
was gonna say.
all the
It could be our budget
Extensive.
testimony as it is. It's on its own. My letter is much briefer. I don't take credit for the past year's work. I thank you all, thank the staff, thanks our outgoing ED. And I lay out some of my own thinking and principles, how I want to step into this role. And so if you're curious about what will animate me these first few months, you can see that in my letter. And then we added excerpts from the charter's preamble. So the charter never had a preamble prior to 2022, but the preamble sets out ideas about what city government is supposed to accomplish, how we're supposed to be vigilant against past harms, and how we're supposed to reconstruct, reimagine government to work better for all people. And little known to most people, there's actually a section of the charter that requires every city official or agency that reviews, audits, or evaluates programs to use the preamble as a rubric for how they conduct that review, audit, evaluation, as well as anyone who designs new programs, policies, practices. So again, always be tethered to the core values of the preamble. Most people don't know that. I would love if the EPC can be one of the institutions that's helping remind people of this broader spirit that New Yorkers voted upon in 2022. That's all I would want.
Of course, it's necessary.
And I think it helps situate us within the broader city context. It's not just our chapter of the charter, it is really the entire charter as a whole that we're helping agencies fulfill. All right, if no questions, then local law 13, we try to make all efforts to,
Wait, is this part, are you still on C or?
yes,
on B now?
research framework.
Okay,
Yes, so just again, within the idea of what stories we're trying to tell with our reports, we tried to set forth a clear narrative in the executive summary of local law 13. We tried to revise the headlines. We're in agreement about the potential that folks reading it very quickly would get the wrong impression. And we wanted to call out the need to update the data, but also go beyond underutilization as a city.
I think you commented enough times in the report on please update the
Yeah,
data.
yeah.
Please update the data. Don't rely on this because it might be wrong. Please update.
We're gonna put it on the front page of our website. That's gonna be,
I think you said, you never said, actually, you didn't say please enter. I mentioned please.
right.
Please does not appear, but I think you have enough times
Yes,
certainly underscored what has troubled me for a very long time. And that is we're setting forth information on false premises.
but of course, also recognizing to the chair's point and many other people's point, even if they were to update the data, underutilization is not the only thing we should be looking at the city. Right? We have to be cognizant of occupational segregation, that tied to wage segregation, poor job quality, things of that nature.
All charged to
It's
economic
all-
opportunity.
it's all
and
tied in.
affordability.
And as we develop out our research framework, our products will point to all of those dynamics, right? I think that would be an ideal goal for all of us, if I may presume. All right, so we have our budget hearing next week. It behooves us to ensure we at least get the annual report and local law 13 out ahead of time. So we will do that promptly unless anyone has a very urgent issue they would like to raise. And of course, we apologize to Commissioner Ocaro for misspelling your name.
the, next week, we are testifying before which city council?
Civil human rights.
And what day
Chair
is
Simon
that?
Nurse on Friday. Our testimony currently is at 12:30.
And who, you're gonna be delivering the testimony, right?
I'll deliver the
And
testimony.
which commissioners can make it? Commissioners can make it.
Right now, I can't make it. It's
Friday at what
12:30.
time?
Friday at
Currently at
12:30.
12:30, although it may potentially move. I know there's been some outreach
Up or
just
back?
yesterday to explore new times.
Up or back?
Down to the late afternoon. So currently 12:30,
I'll be there.
potentially 3:30 or 4:30.
Well, no, I'll be there, but I have a hard stop at like 2.
Okay,
If it happens, it happens. If not, not.
Yeah.
And the testimony, and well, we'll discuss an executive session with testimony.
So if you need me to be there, I'll be there, but if the chair is gonna be there, that's sufficient, right?
we welcome all
Yeah,
comers.
but I'll be there to a certain point. But as Commissioner Yu will tell you, sometimes it's good to
Yeah,
show up because they're
yeah.
asking questions. You get sworn in and
Are you
No,
gonna?
they need to- No, it's done to you. So
Oh.
that's why if they push it to the afternoon,
Right,
I can make it.
yeah, if they put it to the afternoon, I cannot. So
Well, it depends on who you want there.
All,
Yeah,
and then who wants to come before council.
but in the executive session, we need to talk about what.
Yes.
we're gonna do.
Mhm.
All right.
Tied into that, EO 12. So for everyone's awareness, the mayor issued an executive order 12 mandating chief savings officer. They've said we're in a fiscal crisis, we're billions of dollars in the hole, and so issued an EO. For everyone's awareness here, that EO specifically says applies to mayoral agencies, encourages the compliance of non-mayoral agencies. For your knowledge.
We're neither.
OMB sends follow-up directives that requires every agency to cut budget 1%, 1.5% in this fiscal year, or this coming fiscal year, 2.5% in the outgoing, and reduce vacancies. And they are applying that to us, even though EO 12 says non-mayoral. I just want to bring that to your attention.
They always do.
But the
Yeah, we
agent,
always do.
are you working with our agency council to push back, right? I mean, we're not subject to.
We'll discuss the legal and
Okay.
executive.
Mhm.
But yes, I just want to flag for everyone. Currently, well, I don't want to discuss the specifics right now, but I just want to flag that it's something we've been dealing with the past week.
Currently, do we have vacancy? We have one vacancy.
We have one vacancy.
Is it in jeopardy or is it, what are we,
Where
is
is the
it posted
vacancy?
and people interviewing for it and things of that sort?
Right now, we're okay. And I'll discuss further
Where
details.
is the vacancy
Audit team.
on it? Which is
That's
significant
important.
and our core mission.
Right.
At this point, as you all know,
Well,
any
everybody-
vacancy
everybody
is
has-
essential.
Right, because we only
We don't have
have
anything on the
before.
floor. We don't have-
She's currently like
Yeah, we don't have anything.
staff, you know.
There's no Youngstown more quarterly. There's everything is-
Everything is cool.
Everything's four.
Core.
Everybody's 14.
Yes, everyone here is doing 2, 3, 4 jobs, so.
Welcome to the world.
Mhm. All right, so I just wanted
Right.
to, I wanted to say that while the fiscal outlook for this year remains unclear, it's my hope that because the mayor has committed to economic justice, we have a deputy mayor devoted to economic justice, hopefully that will give us some leverage, some leeway as we navigate what may be a fiscal emergency this year, what may be a fiscal emergency going forward.
It only speaks to retaining what we have. The issue of adding additions, I think, become more difficult going forward if in fact the budget shortfalls are as they are thought to be.
Yes. And if I may, I think there's a strategy that depends on rational argument. And there's other strategies that we may have to implement. All
So,
right,
and we sent the letter to the mayor's office, right? I think I saw that in my
Right.
email.
Yeah.
Okay. Who did that go to? LC?
that went to the mayor's chief of staff,
Mm-hmm.
who ideally will send it forth. They'll triage. It's quite a busy time for the mayor in these first 100 days, so
Absolutely.
I wouldn't expect a response. That concludes our new business for now.
And among the letters, we sent several of the letters, but also we need to, last time when Speaker Adrian Adams became speaker, we met with her within a couple of months, I think, that she became
Yeah,
speaker.
right.
So we need, I don't know if we've gotten similar.
Julie.
Something to do the-
Congratulations on
the
getting on her
chair.
radar to meet with her.
Did we send something to the new chair of
To
civil
Sandy
and
Nurse,
human
I
rights?
think.
We
Well, just
communicated informally at the beginning, but we'll certainly send a formal letter as well.
Yeah.
We'll probably meet for the first time preliminary budget
Next
hearing, which
Mhm.
gives us more room to talk more about ourselves and budget.
But yeah, the letter to the speaker, we should definitely get it out
Mhm.
and ask for a meeting.
And perhaps a letter to the deputy speaker as well,
Yes.
Natasha.
And Natasha is familiar with us from
Mhm.
chair.
Chair.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we have section 6, audit update, 2025 audit plan status update.
Yes, so for the 2025 audit plan, we're rounding out the last few agencies for compliance monitoring, which are all community boards. There are 9 remaining, so we're about 74% complete with compliance monitoring for all the agencies for the audit plan.
Any questions?
Amazing.
Next, we have research update, a report updates.
I don't know if there's anything in addition to, what we just discussed with the annual report in local law 13.
Where's the CUNY one? How's that going?
CUNY provided the data to us very late, because of potential concerns about whether even providing it to us might be in conflict with changing federal regulations on EEO related stuff. So that report will come in the future, but we didn't get the data till late last year. So we didn't have the time to put it together.
And is it due now, February 15th as well?
It's supposed to be, yes, but I would assume if the data is late, then I would hope the city council would allow a little bit of a grace period. But, you know, we have documentation by email, if there's any concerns or if they raise any
And
issues.
just to clarify, CUNY doesn't use DCAS's seeds data, so
Yes.
the terms would be different for them as well.
So CUNY has their own database, they use their own job groups, they use their own availability estimates. It's a completely different universe in terms of the city and the city agencies, yes.
When would that report be? When would commissioners be able to see it first draft?
What did we change the next meeting to? April 30th? Oh, yeah, you'll definitely have something before then. Weeks before.
Thank you.
I have a question on the research that you did into the deep dive that you did. One, at some point there was at least some discussion of further work with them, and I don't know.
Would it, if you don't mind, I'll just take a first answer here. I think we'll go internal and have that strategy discussion about that initial agency. And as to other agencies, I can say, you know, because I have outreach to other commissioners or know them, I think we will have, if we want to, and we want to continue this kind of project, I think we will have homes for future work of this type.
Okay.
I would want to add, if we want to do that, it would be helpful to be able to show them something. So to be able to share the report and a brief version of the report and a 2-pager on, if you want to participate in this process, these are the things that we'll do, and these are the things that the agency has to do in terms of its obligations. So to have that, I think, would be helpful, and be able to demonstrate to them what they'll have to do and what they can potentially get out of it.
I just think that that project and its outreach underscores our ability to help. Also gives us a different public face because it wasn't just an audit. And,
Right.
and is something that over time makes us more indispensable.
Okay.
Anyway,
Thank you.
thank you.
Slowly.
Thank you. Next, do we have a motion to adjourn for the purpose of going into executive session to discuss personnel and budgetary?
So moved.
We have a so
Seconded.
moved by Commissioner Reese, seconded by Commissioner McFarland. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, abstentions. All right, we're going to now stop the live streaming. We're going to executive session. The first part of executive session, we'd like to invite Executive Director Jim McClain to join us, and then we'll